Music's going. Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. It is officially full Ohio outside. It is 29 degrees. It is snowing, and there are 20-mile-an-hour winds with 30-mile-an-hour gusts. So it is a good time to not be outside. It is a very good time to be in my shop where it is 71 degrees Fahrenheit. So we've had time to let the TBL dry on the suspension parts. I picked up, let me grab these. I picked up new ball joints for the front. Whoa. And these guys come complete with new mounting bolts and a new castle nut. So I pitched the old castle nuts. They are all done. And these are Master Pro, which means I got them from O'Reilly's. Most of the aftermarket parts you get from O'Reilly's, Advanced, Pep Boys, AutoZone, Napa. A lot of them are all made by the same factory and put in different boxes when they leave the factory. So they might get different part numbers or something like that, but they're usually all the same exact part. So just so you know. And I can't tell if there's a helicopter trying to land down the street or if that's the wind. It is amazing outside. So I don't think there's anyone here. No? Nope, just the wind. We've got about half an inch of snow outside with a nice 1/16 of an inch of ice underneath it. So it is very slippery. It's really gross. You know, normally I invite people over to the shop to come hang out. Please don't tonight. Just stay home. I appreciate you here on YouTube, and that's plenty for me. You don't need to come over. You really don't. So let's get cracking on this rear suspension and see if we can't get this guy together. We'll get some light up here, and that guy needs to go on charge. So let's find a charge for him. There we go. Grab one of these that's fully charged. By the way, these are what I use in the shop most of the time. These are from Braun, which is another word for Harbor Freight. That's their lighting department. And I have probably a dozen of these, and I have a dozen more that I do as Christmas gifts to people. The only issue that I've had with them is I break the little plastic bracket here. So when I get them, I usually tape them up. This is my diamond plate duct tape that I have. And these things are fantastic. You have a high setting, a low setting, and then you have a little flashlight on the end. The new ones come with USB-C. The other ones are micro USB. And the best way to get these is during their holiday sales, the 4th of July, the Black Friday, the Christmas, the Labor Day, Memorial Day, all that stuff. Go on Harbor Freight's website, and they usually have these for less than 20 bucks. And they're really great lights, really great. So that's my deal of the day. And that's why I love doing this stuff for you guys, to help, you know, if you're doing your own shop and trying to save money and not spend a ton of money, you don't have to have, you know, Mac tools, everything, and Snap-on everything and get yourself in crazy debt. Be smart with your money, be smart with your tools, you know, pay for it once, you know, and you'll have it for a long time. And be careful with your tools, you know, it's a simple thing. Don't use a socket as a hammer and that sort of thing. And don't be afraid to shop around. Spend another 5 minutes. You might save 20 bucks. Could be worth it. So yeah, let's get cracking on this. We are going to start with the trailing arm first, or I guess technically it's a guide arm. And we're going to run the guide arm back, and then we will put in the control arm. And we have our bushings all set up here. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to get my fingers all gross again. So, oh, we still have our washers that last night, I know you guys love watching me do this. Last night they got a couple of nice coats on the back, but did not get it on the front side. So might have to take a little extra time here. I'm gonna get a brush and clean out the crap that's in here where the ball joint goes. Just there was some residual dirt and this red Georgia dirt, man. It's no joke. It's like partial clay, partial dirt. It just kind of sticks everywhere. So we can get our bushing put in here and make sure we use the correct one. So we have these guys. And like I showed last night, these Prothane bushings are awesome. So they have a part number stamped on there, and they kind of tell you where they go with the instruction sheet, sort of. It is kind of a trial and error sort of thing. And these guys literally, once they're lubed up, they can push in by hand. So, you know, I can do rubber mallet and get them seated properly, but this is how we're doing it. So these guys are going to go in like this, and we're going to go get the lube. Well, we don't have to go get the lube. Lube is actually right here. Prothane gives you a ton of these packets, 1 in each box, at least 1, sometimes 2. And they tell you to use them generously, and they're not kidding. So I'll probably use 1 packet for these 2 bushings, or for the left and right side. And you just want even coverage all along that face. If it gets to the inside, that's fine. But if it gets on the outside edge here, you want to clean it up because it's just going to catch dirt. That's all it does. And I apologize if I'm talking a little weird. I'm only a week out from pretty major oral surgery, and I'm still getting used to how everything feels in my mouth, and my tongue is still figuring everything out inside my mouth. It feels good, and pretty content with it, but it does make me sound different. So there's that one. And then we're going to take our sleeve out. So we're going to do our sleeve separately. And like I said last night, I'm not sure if this is silicone or PTFE, which is polytetrafluoroethylene, also known as Teflon. Teflon is the brand name for it. So if you say tissue or Kleenex, that's sort of the differentiation there. And again, just nice lube. Make sure you get kind of in there. When you push this in, it's going to press out to the edge. And if you want to, you can do the face in here. It doesn't hurt. But don't do the outside edge, this outside ridge, I guess is the best way to call it. And now let's do our sleeve. And we're going to protect the inside of the sleeve because we don't want the lube on the getting on any of the threads for the bolt there. So again, nice thorough coating. Oh, crap. And that's how you end up with that stuff all over your hands. This stuff is not easy to wipe off. So, put this sleeve in here. And then I'm going to clean off my hand. Where'd my rag go from last night? Left the tool out. I was a bad kid last night. And I am going to have to do some power tool stuff. So apologize in advance for that. I left the orange mallet over there because I knew I was going to use it. Yeah, and if you guys hear the garage door slamming, that's from the wind outside. Just throw that anywhere. All right. So I'm going to come over here. Whoa. Give this a little motivation with a rubber mallet. Where'd the rubber mallet go? Oh, I was trying to get that thing in last night. There's going to be a part 3 to this because I have to do that front suspension. Let's flip this over. Oh, this one's harder. He doesn't want to go in straight. Okay. Because of the sleeve. Okay, sleeve. You stay right there. You bushing, come here. It's also at a very odd angle. All right. Let's do this one at a time here. There we go. That works a lot better. There we go. One at a time. I like that sleeve to sit a little better, but he's okay. So, there we go. We have our bushings and this little squeeze on the outside. You want to wipe that away because all that's going to do is collect dirt. So you can put it on the face because this is going to go on the inside. We'll add a little bit here. But for cleanup, it with your finger and put it on the face. And that'll help keep dirt away from that edge. Won't stop it, but it'll help it. Add some, a little more lube here, just a spring smidge on both sides. Now my hands are totally slippery. So, and I apologize, I'm trying to have music in the background, but it's turning out to be ads in the background. Yeah. So, skip. And, okay, should be playing now. And here's our nut and bolt. And we're going to put them in our pocket for now. We're going to try and put this nice side up, nice side down. And when you have it lubed up like that, it is just a matter of wiggling it into place. And that's how easy it is. You gotta love that. You gotta love that. You gotta love that. And I'm glad we did the truck bed liner on this stuff. It's going to make it last so much longer. God, Brian chewed the crap out of that. Yeah, I'm going to have to get the cutoff wheel in here and trim this stuff away. When he peeled that square nut and the cage over it, it's actually called a cage nut. He's bent the metal out of the way. Can't really use a cage nut again, but I think we're going to use a nylock and a jam nut. That's what we decided on last night, correct? Yeah. Nylock and a jam nut is going to be the way to go. With some blue Loctite, we'll be very secure, more secure than cage nut, that's for sure. Okay, so let's do the other arm while these other components are drying. And you guys already saw how to do that, so I don't have to explain everything this time. You can just kind of watch me do it. Like I said, I'm going to use this whole pack on just these 2 bushings. I still have some from last night that's over there. So if I need any little extras, I can get that stuff. It only sticks to your hand long enough to fall on the floor. Now these bushings, they're urethane. They're from a company called Prothane, also known as Energy Suspension. If you see them in red, they're from Energy Suspension. If you see them in black, they're from Prothane. They're the exact same company, 2 different colors. It's literally the only difference. And the urethane is much stiffer and has a higher what's called durometer than rubber. And this gives you a much tighter suspension while still being very flexible. You'll also last a lot longer when you're in harsh environments like Ohio, or in the desert like Arizona or California desert, Utah desert. These things work really well. Urethane's awesome. All right, let's set this sleeve over here, because the best way to do it was 1 bushing at a time and then add the sleeve. Right? Oh my gosh. So much on my hand. Let's see. Now I can't really. I was hoping to push him in, but just put him on our fingers. Get him over here. Give him a whack on the bench. That kind of sounded bad too, didn't it? Wow, that's all that one took. This one. That's all that one took. And then our sleeve. Right. So again, we have the same thing. Just use the rubber mallet to seat those guys. We'll clean up the stuff that squeezed out. And then finish off this little packet. There you go. That's the end of that packet. We're doing it on the outside here. Helps with install. It also helps with performance when you put this guy in. So let's rotate our light a little. Get back over here to this. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. So we're going to look at this and see which way we're going to put them in. And again, it is a wiggle until you are lined up. There he is. You're going to get some excess on this. I'll check the other side too. Again, you don't want a ton of excess there because it'll collect dirt really quick. Oops, come back here. Okay, now this guy won't catch. He should catch right there. Okay, he might need some motivation to get past that edge there. So a little catch for the nut. There he goes. That's all. That's all. And I think those are 17s, so sorry about the power tools. Do him just past finger tight. So we can still move these guys. Okay, one control arm in. Ugh. What do we got? We have 1, 2, 3 packages left, and we have 4 bushings. And then we have the extra 2 over there, so I'll grab these guys. Yes, we got 4 left. We are in very good shape. It's the size of the gravel we're taking out of the MR6. Ugh. Just send it out with the snow. Oh my God. It is. It's like 20-mile-an-hour winds. It's pretty hardcore. I'm just gonna wash my hands quick and get this stuff off. Wow. I still didn't get it all. Got a lot of it. The adhesive from my IV is pretty serious. You got me. And my anesthesiologist, I'm so pissed. I'm not pissed. I'm bummed because I actually practice. When they do anesthesia, they usually count down from 100. And that's how they know when you're out, right? And so my last oral surgery, which was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, I counted down. I got to 92. You know, you count down from 100. And my oral surgeon was pretty impressed. Dr. Ellis was like, hey, that's not too bad. Most people only get to like 95. And so on this one, I practiced. And I was sure that I could get into the 80s. And Dr. Ellis said, there's no way you're getting in the 80s. And I was like, all right, well, just give me that countdown. And I'll do it. I'll do it clean. I won't do it obnoxious. I won't try and rip through it. I'll count down very normally. And I'll get into the 80s. And he's like, there's no way. It's like, I've been doing surgery for 30 years. Never seen anybody make it in the 80s. And the anesthesiologist came in, and he was really nice and very professional. And he said, we're taking a blood sample just to make sure everything's okay. And that was the last thing I remember. He didn't give me a countdown, damn it. Next thing I know, I wake up, my mouth is bleeding profusely, and I'm packed full of gauze. And yeah, I was bummed. I was really bummed. I was like, I practiced this stuff. I was ready to go. Ready to go. So, in the rears. And this is our new one, I believe. As I walk right into the part I just installed. This is indeed our new one. And he is going to go right here with a bushing right there. So that's how the rear suspension on the MR6 works. So I'm doing it on this side. So these guys are pushed in, they're held in by those big cup washers. So we need to do this guy on both of them. And that guy, whoa, sorry, I'm using the same thing that the laptop's on, is this guy, which is just kind of a smaller version of what we just put in. And bring this other one down here. And one thing to check on these is the sleeves. Make sure the bolt that's going to go through there, you have the correct sleeve, because sometimes the outside diameter is the same all the way around like it is on this. Same outside diameter, but the inside diameter is different. So make sure that you have the correct set, the correct sleeve with the correct set of bushings. Now these guys, they're same thing. Well, here's a good example. You can see the sleeve difference. See a difference in sleeves? So it's definitely something to check. These guys go through here. So it's a different type of sleeve. And he'll actually go like this. And then he goes in here. he'll go in like this. No. Yes. Wait. Yes, that's correct. But what's odd is the sleeve is not the full length. That's interesting. Well, I guess the sleeve really only needs to be about half the length. So he'll eventually go like that. And that bolt goes up there. Those guys get mounted up there. And we have our castle nuts, which we can put on. Not those. These. Not those. Where did our castle nuts go? They're there. It says TBL on it now, so. Don't tell me. This guy isn't going to thread on now. Of course he's not going to thread on now. All right, hang on. All right, well, I don't know what we did with those other castle nuts because they're not here. Okay, well, we'll have to figure that out. So we have those two, and then these two are our end guys. That, I don't know where the other two castle nuts went. And they're off on both? Yep. So, where the hell did the other two castle nuts go? Damn it. So close with everything. All right, I gotta see if I can find these two castle nuts. This one we can take apart. Set over here. I swear, you guys, I was going to play music. YouTube just wants to play ads. Those castle nuts are kind of important. I don't know where they went. And we absolutely had them on there. So, and the worst part is I'm the one who took all this stuff apart. So since they're missing, that's on me. The only other place I can think they would be in the hoodie, in the CBJ hoodie, because what the hell is moving? Oh, it's actually the wall from the wind. Damn. Where do those little guys go? I'll just give you an example also of old versus new. So this is old. Whoops. This is the old rubber, and this is the new sleeve. So this has kind of served its purpose and lived its life, and now we have a something new. Where the hell do those castle nuts go? Damn it. I know I had them off. Just don't remember where they went. I can also use hitch pins until I can get new castle nuts. But I went and picked up parts today thinking that I didn't have to pick up castle nuts because they already were on there. Well, they are. Wait, am I losing my mind? No, I'm not because we're missing two. Those are for the two new ones. We have those guys, but those castle nuts were dead. So we're missing two. And they're not with my other parts. That is disappointing. That is disappointing. All right, I'm going to check my hoodie. You guys are okay for now? Everything's cool? I'll be back as quick as I can. I think it's just inside the garage. But I remember taking them off and setting them aside. I don't know where they went. Huh. Interesting. All right, I'll be right back. Give me a second. I have to psych myself up going outside. That's how friendly I am. But I think rock star's over. Ah, all right. Let me check my hoodie and see if they're in there. Be right back. Damn it. Oh, that's so frustrating. Ugh. Ugh. All right. Actually, they might be. Ow. All right, so no castle nuts. I went through a bunch of different coats and I could not find them. So I don't know where those castle nuts went. I'm usually very good about not taking parts out of the shop unless I have to. So, all right. Well, we'll do what we can with what we've got. So, sleeves up, and the new single-use packet of lube. This isn't even close to enough. That's humor. Again, apply liberally. What do they say? Can never have enough lube. I don't know. I guess you can. It's probably going to make a mess, but things definitely slide better with lube on them. This stuff, the urethane is naturally, it has some good lubricity, but stay there, stay there. Where's my other one? God. It's always better to add some. And you can't just use KY or Ostraglide or anything like that. You use the stuff that the manufacturer recommends. Although a bottle of KY showed up in the bathroom in the shop here, which is very odd. I don't know who brought that or left it here or what, but definitely got some comments about it. Since I am here, I'm going to lube up everything at once. So we can just go and put everything together. Lubricating the sleeve or the shaft. I don't know, however you want to describe it. I guess it's a sleeve. Shaft would be solid. There's a piece of hair I don't want in there. And just keep going. Now, on the donut guys here, the and the inside of the hole, because the rest of it is exposed. And again, we don't want to collect a whole bunch of dirt on there. So that's the catch. I like applying liberally. That's one of the fun aspects of this is all the double entendres and innuendos that you can use, especially in a shop. But like I said, it's really gross out. I told everyone in the group message, just stay home. It's not worth risking. The roads are okay, but it's icy and gross out. There's no reason. No reason to risk it. We're not doing, first engine start, or the limo doesn't have headlights on it yet, so we can't take that out. So When we start doing stuff like that, then it might be worth the risk. Okay, stay there. All right, there's our other one. Of course, he falls down. This stuff is slippery enough to let urethane slide, and it is just grippy enough to catch everything. So we'll take our, actually, I think our control arm's over there, and we'll grab one of each. And give me a second to hammer these in. Stay right there. You stay right there. A little slightest of love taps. That one needs a little more. And what do you know? So there we go. That's all it takes. And like I said, this lube that squeezes out, we'll want to take that excess and put them on the face here. That'll help us seat this arm a little bit better too. So I'm going to add a little bit to both sides. This is a nice cast iron arm. Now very well protected with TBL. So it should last another 35 years. All right, let's clean off our hands and see if we can get this guy inserted. Before we put this guy in here, we need to clean up, damn it. We gotta clean up that castle mount, which means I have to cut things, which means I should probably take the mic off because it's gonna get loud. And I should have done this before I got my hands all gross. So give me a second here. I'm just gonna wash my hands. All right. Okay. Wow. Wow. Whew. A very long day. Very long day, but a good day. Just a long day. And then the weather doesn't help. What do we got here? Andrew Conti added to his story. Okay. We've got new gloves. These guys I like for light duty stuff around the shop. They were on sale at O'Reilly's today. So I picked up a set. I think they were 12 bucks, something like that. So we'll break these in really quick. And for what I need to do, it's simple stuff. Wow, I really messed my hand up in Miami. I It's been almost a year. No, it's been what, 9 months? Oh, there's something in there. It's not a castle nut. There's something inside the glove. It is a piece of foil. This was interesting. These things are new. They're really hard to get on. But when they get broken in, slide right on. These are really nice gloves. These are the Grease Monkey. I think they were $15. So not too shabby. Not too shabby. They'll last about 6 months in here. So I have to cut this stuff off on the back side. Do I have a place to mount that? I do. So I can see what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this off. It's gonna be really loud for you guys. So I'm gonna set that right there. Grab a battery, cut off wheel, and I'll make this as quick as possible. I don't want to do this any more than you want to hear it. See how clean. Yeah, nice. Jacked up that wheel pretty good. Switch over to damn good. Might have to do. I have this guy. Not sure if he still works. He does. Really well. Just trying to flatten this. There it is here. Almost there. Outside. That's it. Oh, got a little hole out. So let's give it a little extra torque. You guys haven't used one of these before? Sorry about using the tools. This is called a finger sander, and this one is obviously a Harbor Freight. Super simple belt. Just pop this, and the belt pops on and off, and you get into really tight spaces. It's a nice, fun tool. So blow this out. We'll put some primer on there real quick. And then oh, stop spraying. Okay. That's the end of that. Kept going. That's a little more primer than I wanted. That is okay. So we'll do this side, and wait for those to dry and see what else. So you guys got chat and see any messages. Nick sent me a message. That's cool. Hopefully he's having fun in Texas. He's down in Houston. He works for United, or as the friendly skies don't like to be called, Untied. And all right, so that guy's primered. We've got this thing ready to go in. Let's do the other side and let's mess with some more lube. I'll at least get this side together so you guys can see how the rear suspension goes together on a 1987 Toyota MR2. There's going to be a third part to this, or what is it? Third part. And that will be getting the forward power out and doing this. Getting that front bracket mounted. Here's our big washers from the back. We got on them. So we'll take our those guys are all pre-lubed, right? Three little taps. Three little taps of the hammer. One. Two. Distance. Don't have side. Lube here. So pretty. So it'll slide right in. Right. We like it when it slides right in. Some of the bigger excess. And all joint this way. This way. Make sure I have the nuts and correct nuts and bolts. So leave. Yeah, he gets packed tight when he goes in the mouth here. Yeah. It has some really coarse thread on it. And coarse thread usually means lower torque. Work a little bit so he's sort of centered. Back here and clean up excess fluid that came out. Yeah, that guy went in there super tight. Oh, crap. We have to do this. We have to do one of these first. So I guess we'll do the end sleeve now. Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, that's fine. I thought he would flex out of the way. I'm not gonna do that. But, oh, that's fine. I'll set him to the side. Get the bushings ready for that long guy. And the only thing we really need to do, we're going to use the old lube. The rest of this packet, old lube. Just remember, they just go on the faces, the contact faces. Because otherwise they collect it. The other thing you can do is once you've run the car, a couple of tanks of gas, you can go back underneath and clean up any excess lube. Here. Washer that goes on like that. And we're going to put some lube on this space. On the arm. And we're going to leave this top part as clean as possible. Okay. That goes on. There. That goes on. Please stay put. Now we can put the control arm on. But we want to, whoops, sorry, I didn't put my mic back on. I'm sure you guys, hopefully you guys can still hear me. Hopefully you guys could still hear me. We want to put our guy back on. We're going to make sure our sleeve is already lubed. And make sure we'll have our nut. Lube, nut, sleeve. It's all in here. Shaft. You want it? We got it. Okay. All right. So we need the washer, which goes on the back side here. And where's our big nut, which goes on the other side? Okay. So now do this guy, kind of hang him right there while we do this guy and this. And our big nut here, just to clean off some TBL. But that's okay. TBL is very durable, but it'll come right off. So yeah, now this has to twist in order to get in there. And that makes it fun. Sorta. This is why suspension is fun. because everything is under pressure. If we bring him back a little, that should help. There we go. Okay. Now we can put our other bolt back in. And it's funny because he's squeezed differently on the other side. So now these guys should line up. Good. I can't tell if he grabbed. He did. I'm going to zoom that in quick. Hopefully that's okay with you folks. I just, again, wanted him finger tight. What am I stepping on? Chunks of metal. It's one of the pieces of the bracket, the captain nut, cage nut that we took off. So next step, that is our new ball joint, correct? Yes. That's our new ball joint. And that is our blue Loctite, guys. We already had blue Loctite on there from the track, but once you take it off, it kind of kills itself. So we're gonna put some new blue Loctite on for the ball joint bolts. These hold the ball joint to the spindle. And they're vertical, upside down. So if they do fall, if they do come loose, they fall right out. Not fun. There's one starting to thread. Here comes the other one. Maybe. He just came right out of there. Fell right down my arm. Everything's under tension, so you have to hold things. Try and get things to fit. While they're under a ton of tension. And you swear it's in because it's metal on metal and it feels like it's in. But it's not actually. Okay. That guy is in. You can feel him. So we'll hit him with this quick. I need long 17. And I don't know where that is. Over here. Nice. Nice. So for these, we can pull this out and we can put this right here because we have to get castle nuts for those. So we have our passenger side suspension back together. We'll do some lube cleanup here. And of course, like I said, everything's supposed to be torqued to spec, but you do it loose for now so that you can wiggle things, get them tight, get them in position, get them threaded. Then you come back and you torque the hell out of everything. Double check, triple check, all of that. So speaking of double check and triple check, our primer dried pretty quick there. We're going to smash it with some TBL. Smash it. And we should be pretty much done with TBL for a while. Saw this incredible, absolutely incredible artist in Austin, Texas, of all places. And he did stuff, whoa, spray paint that was, when I say it was out of this world, that's a literal thing. He did these spacescapes that were just amazing. He did them all with spray paint. It looked so great. Really, really great. I was really impressed. Still some fire extinguisher stuff in here from when they sprayed the car. So I'm just trying to clean that stuff up. Nice. This is all just super touch up. Okay. Yeah, TBL doesn't like to spray vertical. There we go. That looks pretty good. Let that stuff a few minutes to dry. Whew. We're done. Done with TBL. This can's done. Oh yeah, both of these are done. So we used about 2 cans, a little more than 2 cans of TBL to paint all those components. And This will make you laugh. I actually put the wrong control arm on. It's okay. They're ambidextrous, so it doesn't really matter. The other one is over there. It's all right. Not a big deal. So since our hands are already goofy and gummed up, let's get our last set of bushings here. And we'll get the sleeve going. Here's our open packs. There we go. Actually, I remember I set that part down over there, thinking that I needed it over there. And then I grabbed the one from the counter. I should have kept it apart. Not crucial, not a big deal. They are ambidextrous. We're doing a full alignment anyway. And actually, it's probably not a bad idea to switch them out every now and then. That guy goes on right there. This guy goes on. This guy goes on. And then we have the control arm and this other bushing. Oh, we got to do the faces on that. This one, we just have the overflow. And then from here, the wind is trying to blow the door to the shop in. So if you're hearing odd noises in the background, that is what it is. Wind is no joke tonight. They had serious winds actually all across the Midwest today. St. Louis and Indy, and they had gnarly storms in Boston. They had a ground stop at Logan. So, yeah. Right. This one is ready for its placement. Now we can just clean off our hands. There I go. Yeah, pretty content with that. I think it's gonna work. It's gonna work pretty well. So yeah, this is our old ball joint. So, whoops. Oh, and I need the BAN, big ass nut. So this guy is gonna go right there. That is gonna go on there. That is gonna go on there. This nut is gonna go right here. And then we're going to flex him in until that hole lines up. Oh, he's close. Oh. Oh, I think that's damn close. Let's see what we've got here. Let's see what we've got. There we go. All the way through-ish. Oh, come on. He needs to flex down a little. Which means going up. These guys, we can get back in there. Buddy Darren sends me a message. All right. This one. A little bit more. There we go. Phew. Now we can flex that guy a little bit closer. Maybe. Oh, come on. It is so close. So close. So close. Use a little hammer. Oh, yeah. There he goes. Just need to get past the TBL. We have our washer, and we have our nylock. Rear suspension is back together. So now we have to do some cranking down. What size was this guy? It was a 22. We gotta do some cranking down on bolts and do torque. And then, of course, the hardest part is the alignment. Nice. I'm gonna grab the 22 long. See if I can't get a little more out of this guy. Wherever the 22 long is. He's over here. We had him on air. Just need a little more. Pretty close. Pretty damn close. So we have our rear suspension together. Hopefully you guys like that. And let's take a look and make sure that those donut bushings stayed nice and mushy. Oh yeah, it pressed out exactly the same diameter as the cup washer. So those guys are seated. Yeah. Wow. They're really in there. Okay. All these guys look awesome. Do some cleanup right there. A little bit of excess that we don't want. Yeah, that looks really good. That looks really good. No major excess. We got a little here. And right there. So I get my finger up there in between. Yeah, no problem. Cool. All right. Rear suspension is together. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. It's about an hour and a half with me looking for nuts that I have no idea where they are. I might have actually thrown them out, which would be kind of funny. They might have been bad enough where I said we can't keep these. And then in my head, I had the new ones for the front. So I was like, oh yeah, well the fronts need Newcastle nuts. I wasn't really thinking the backs also needed Newcastle nuts. But I think we already pitched the fronts, and then what I saw here were the backs, and those got pitched as well. So, whoops. That's how it goes. That is how it goes. Hopefully you guys like that. That's the rear suspension on 87 Toyota MR2. Got a brand new coilovers in there. Just looking at this on the lift, I'm looking at 1 degree of camber in the back. At least one degree of camber on the rear, and we still have a little bit of adjustability left. I'm looking at about 1 degree over here too. So we're in good shape. We want to run, I think it was between 1.5 and 2 degrees of camber in the rear. You know what, I have the spec. And it was actually from TRD from a long time ago. Let me look that up quick. There it is. It's literally one of the last things I looked at. So TRD phase 2, 2 degrees up front, 1.5 in the rear, and +6 caster and 16th inch in toe in the front, toe in the rear, 1/8 of an inch. And we should have no problem with that. We have our toe adjustment arms here, and then we have our camber adjustment is up here. Caster we should be able to do as well with the trailing arm. So yeah, Darren sent an attachment. Oh, it's an old video from here at the house in the basement. Very, very old video. Cool. Wow. This product that I had many years ago, I still have the email for, and I get so much spam email for it. The product never went to market or anything. It just, I still have the email up, and man, it just gets hammered every day. So that's part 2. That's a rear suspension. Hopefully you guys like that. I'm pretty happy with it. The, you know, like I said, the only thing I need are the castle nuts for the ball joints. We'll be good to go with that. The bushings they look absolutely great, and we didn't change any of the settings for the nuts. So if these are torqued to spec, we should be back to where we were regarding caster. The camber will obviously have to change, and we'll get this guy tight once the TBL dries. So yeah, we'll have to do some alignment on it, but that's totally to be expected. I think we have 1 or 2. Yeah, I only have 1 little thing of lube left. I'll hang on to it, put it in supplies. Everything else can go to the discard bin. And Prothane makes these great little origami boxes. They fold onto themselves. So if you don't have a lot of room in recycling, get rid of it. We're done with the instructions too. We can recycle those. Just need to do the, I'm going to do the ball joints up front. So I'll start a different stream. We'll do part 3. Learning to do it this way. Someone taught me to do it this way, so I'm trying. And we'll do a part 3 on this. We'll see how it goes with porta power and trying to get that thing aligned. The first thing I'll do is the ball joints. Those are very easy. And then the last thing I do will be the porta power, trying to push that because I got to figure out where I'm going to push from. I need some kind of resistance on it. So I'm going to figure that out. And I don't want to waste everyone's time with this. We've already been on here, what, almost 2 hours? Yeah, an hour and 50. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Hopefully you've learned something from it. That's the reason, the entire reason I do this is to hopefully inspire and hopefully teach you guys how to do it, let you know the right tools to use, what to do, what not to do. You saw me miss with this trailing arm, so now you know that this control arm has to go on the trailing arm first or whatever. You know, the order of stuff has to go together. And I don't mind learning at the same time or relearning. It's been a while since I tore that suspension apart. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. That's why I do this stuff. I love teaching, and I love hearing from people that like, hey, I learned something from you. That makes me feel really good. I'm gonna keep doing it as long as I can, as long as possible. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you've already done that. And spread the word, you know, pass it along to your car friends, pass it along to any of your friends if they like origami, if they like if they like gardening, if they like stained glass. You can send it to them as too. That'd be cool. I'll be in here every day working on either this car or a different car or one of my friends' cars, and we'll teach you guys how to do this stuff. Everything from putting air in tires to oil changes to full engine outs. We do it all. The only thing I don't do here is body work and alignment. But otherwise, we do everything else here. So, and any kind of mill work, any kind of engine block or head surfacing or anything like that. It'd be nice to have a full blast machine shop and 3D modeler and all that, but not in 1,000 square feet. So, yeah, definitely subscribe. If there's stuff you want to see, if there's certain things you want to see, let me know. On the Miata, on the limo, on my truck, on the MR6. Put it in the comments. I read everything, so I definitely appreciate everything you guys say. All your messages, I really appreciate them. Like I said, I'm a week out from surgery, so I'm still learning how to talk. My face is still swollen. My jaw is still, just the little section here is still numb, and where the cyst came out is still very sore. But I'm going as quick as I can, doing as much as I can. We got the new year coming up, and I got a couple of huge changes coming. So hopefully you guys will stick around for those, and I appreciate all of you. So don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give them a kiss on the cheek. Hold their hand, give it a squeeze. Show them that you love them. Don't tell them. Show them, okay? It's really important. It's so very important. All right. Thanks, everyone. And I'll be back, and I'm going to go to the bathroom, grab another Rockstar, and I'll be back with part 3. And we're gonna do the hardcore stuff up front. So I'll move the laptop, and we'll get a better view for everyone. So thanks, everyone. We will talk to you soon. Cool.